What's up? It's your boy Roy back in with another video again. Uh, yeah, it's been a few weeks since I posted. Expected. It's holiday season and stuff. It's gonna be like that for the next few weeks. However, though, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be recording even like right now. I'm gonna try to record 3 videos back to back, so that I don't have to worry about recording. All I have to do is just literally sit down and edit the videos, which shouldn't take too long to do, because the content that I'm doing this time shouldn't be too long of review for the next on this video and the next 2 videos. But without further ado, let me start on saying what I'm talking about today. Today I'll be discussing my review of the MSF course, part 2 of it. Because the first one I had discussed, it was the class version of it. You know, online and stuff like that, where you have to do your e-course and stuff, and a lot of other things, and basically purchasing and starting the class before the hands-on portion of the course. Now I'm discussing the physical portion, and first off, I would like to say that course was very fun. I actually enjoyed going through Total Rider to do the MSF course. I enjoyed it a lot. However, though, I did have some hiccups and stuff when it came to doing the course, and it was mainly on my is on my end, and it's because of just obviously a new rider. All right, so this is my review, or beginner's review of the MSF course, part 2. Now, the first things that we did, well, so you know, it's 2 days for this, and it is an in-person course. At least out here in Texas, you literally do the class portion online, and you come in, and the first things you're going to do is hand in your papers that you have to sign and give to the MSF course instructor, which would be the your waiver, the evidence that you have did the e-course, you know, printed out, signed. Well, that one is printed out, but the other one stuff is signed. The writer pledge, and it was another document I forgot. I mentioned in my first video about this course, but I forgot. So you hand that over, make sure everything's all good, have your license with you, your proper driver's license, or a driver's permit if you're going that route. Then what you also need is to make sure you have all your gear, okay? I mean, all your gear. The main things you will need for the MSF course is a helmet, and I got lucky. Well, not me. Other people got lucky in my course. They actually had helmets for people to actually wear. However, though, it didn't have a built-in visor like my Icon Airflight is. You have to bring your own sunglasses, which is why they also say make sure you bring eyewear, which I have my glasses inside the car, but I didn't need it because I have my Icon Airflight. Then what you're going to need, obviously, your gloves. It doesn't matter what type of glove you have, as long as it's full fingered. I would recommend you spend a little money to get proper riding gloves in an event, just in case that you do drop the bike, because you're more likely to drop the bike at the MSF course, or even as a beginner. You should be able to just buy it once and don't have to worry about it. Well, you will have to worry about it eventually, because your MSF course gloves definitely are going to be replaced by whatever glove you decide to buy next, because these aren't the best gloves. I'll review that another time. Then what you're going to need else, if I can put it in frame, boots, or shoes that are what is it? I'll show you. Or shoes that are above the ankle, right? So I didn't wear these boots in particular, but I wore my Dr. Martens. Pretty much they have the same length of ankle coverage. I chose my boots because they're comfortable, and if I do fall, shouldn't hurt as much. If you can get proper motorcycle shoes that covers the ankles, well, they will cover the ankles, but proper motorcycle shoes, that would be the best, because you'll be able to have proper foot protection, like if the bike falls on your foot or something like that. Because these bikes are heavy. Like even the bike that I had the Kawasaki, I think it was the Kawasaki Eliminator 125. That one was still, even though it was a beginner bike, that stuff freaking heavy. Next, you'll need a long sleeve shirt. Well, it is not really, they're not really specify what type of shirts. It can't just be any long sleeve shirt. Like day one, it was hot. I could have just wore my my workout long sleeve shirt. However, though, I chose to keep this exact brown sweater on, and I took off the vest because I knew it was going to be warmer that day. So I left the vest off, but I kept my sweater on. But yeah, you can do it like that. If you come in with short sleeve shirts, with a short sleeve shirt, you can't do the MSF course. Even if you got on shorts, short shoes, anything like that, they're not gonna let you do the MSF course. If you don't have any other proper gear, they're not gonna let you do it. Also, pants wise, you're going to have to make sure you have like some type of jeans. You can have proper riding pants if you have the money and if you already got the gear, wear your gear. But I would say try to wear it the night before or like a few days before to see if you're actually gonna be comfortable in it. But if you got to break it in, you might have to, I don't know, wear it around the house, break it in, I don't know. But I would say if you can get the proper gear, you should get the proper gear beforehand. That's like my helmet and my gloves. They're gonna last me some time before I need to really upgrade them. Especially the helmet. The helmet's gonna last a while. But them gloves, I'm definitely gonna switch them out at some point. Definitely. The next thing that we started on was actually picking our bikes. Oh no, we didn't pick our bikes yet. They're gonna ask you some questions as a group. Basically some of the stuff you learn. T-clocks, C, so like, search, evaluate, execute, stuff like that. They're gonna make sure that you know all that stuff, and if you're paying attention to stuff, you'll pass it. You're good. You do it as a group, so you'll be all good. Now, the next thing that we did, we actually picked our bikes. There were three types of motorcycles. Two types of motorcycle, 3 bikes, 3 models of bikes. There you go. That's a better term for it. There was the Kawasaki 125, the Kawasaki Eliminator 125. It's an older metric cruiser that obviously very low powered, but that's good for the MSF course. Then they had the Honda Gram. I don't know what year it was. Then they also had the Kawasaki Z, I think it was 125. No, the Kawasaki Z125 and the Honda Gram are both newer bikes, which is very important because even though they was more of like similar to like a standard motorcycle or naked motorcycle in the way the ergonomics are and the way they handle, they have better technology and the shifting was way different. So I heard that it was kind of hard for people to not go up an extra gear or something like that, or they switched gears a little bit too quickly when they was on those newer ones. However, though, they didn't have to worry about the issue that I had was being on a carbureted bike. Now, granted, I actually enjoyed being on a carbureted bike. It taught me some good life lessons on how to actually use the choke on a carbureted bike. Like, literally, ironically, on a day like this, which was day 2, it's cold. So, when it's colder outside, fuel injection bikes, they don't have no issues with getting fuel to the engine and stuff like that and starting to get a run. However, though, carbureted bikes, they can struggle when it's very cold outside. You have to put the choke on, you got to let it warm up, you got to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'll explain more of that later. But yeah, so we started that. We got our bikes. We learned how it worked, how to do certain stuff. Like I learned how to use the choke and a lot of other things, right? Worked on our friction zone, which was good. And advice for everyone who is first starting the MSF course or even is doing the learner's permit route, right? Take your time. Really get to know your bike's friction zone. Like literally take the time and learn where when you release the clutch and give it the gas, when it actually starts to move forward, so that you can really get used to your friction zone. If you don't get used to your friction zone, it's going to hurt you in the long run. Trust me. You're going to start stalling the bikes when it should be very hard for you to stall a bike. Or it should be almost, you shouldn't be stalling a bike at that portion. And that can get you kicked out the class. So like if you just have a really hard time with keeping up with the class, or if you like stalling a bike like crazy, or even like just certain stuff that you're not doing safe, then you'll fail the class. Now, we learned the friction zone, then we start doing other skill drills. What I was told, there's 14 in total. We did 11 on the first day. Learning how to do emergency stops, swerves, curves, and stuff. One of the funnest things that I've done was when we had first learned how to go into second gear, and we had to just rip around the oval that we was riding in, and totally in second gear, which was fun. And I learned that when a bike lugs a little bit, sometimes it's because it's probably on the verge of needing to shift down, or may need to give a little bit of gas. So I learned a lot of cool things when learning and riding. But yeah, the first day, it was both days was a lot of fun. But the first day though, I would say toward the end I got very stressed, because earlier on in the day I actually did very well. I had no issue. I had a little bit of issues. Obviously, I stalled the bike because first time turned on the bike and doing some slow speed maneuvers. I was doing good and doing bad. But toward the end, I kept quickly get frustrated, because I was trying to, one, shift to second. I was struggling with that, and two, I was not using my friction zone properly, because I kept getting frustrated that I couldn't properly shift like I really wanted to and needed to. But after I talked to my wife, because my wife actually was there watching, and she actually was in the car waiting and watching me. She actually recorded some stuff, so you can probably see, depending on if I was able to get the video footage in the video, you'd be able to see how I, like, my little riding and stuff. But she saw that I was stressed, and we was talking about it, and I was talking to the coach, and pretty much, well, the instructor, pretty much, I just have to breathe and relax and take my time. Also, I learned very fast that I was very stiff with my arms. I had to relax. But yeah, the coach or the instructor will tell you all the stuff you need to know. They're a really good instructor. Listen to them. Take their advice, try your best, okay? Try your best. But that was day one. Day one was a beautiful day. It was warm, it was nice. Actually, I popped my visor up a little bit so that I can breathe fluently inside the visor. Now, what else? Day two. Alright, day two, fresh mindset. I'm not gonna lie, both the days I can barely sleep. But I burned a lot of calories on the first day though. But day two, we got there a little bit earlier. I breathed, I relaxed a little bit, tried to come in with a fresher mindset, tried to have fun. With this course, if you can try to have fun, and you should be having fun. But if you're really stressing about stuff, just relax and try to have some fun. It can work out. So we had I think 3 more skills to work on, which we did. I forgot exactly what they were. And then crazy enough, after we did those skills, we went straight into test. Now, what got me nervous about the first day, someone actually did fail on the first day. And it was a person that she ended up, I looked like she was struggling a lot with stalling the bike and stuff, and having a hard time just accelerating and keeping up. So, which I'm sorry that had happened. Hopefully she could try again, and she'll be able to do the course and actually get the M endorsement. And yeah, that got me nervous a little bit, because I'm like, yeah, if I really can't keep up, even before I take the test, I'd be out, and I don't like that. Like I put a lot of time and effort into doing the test, so I got nervous. I do a time check. Soon I have to go. Now the other thing that we did was once we started our test. Our test consists of 5 things, and this 5 skill tests actually should be the ones that you would do at the DMV if you're just going straight from permit to trying to get your license from the DMV. So pretty much, first off, the second day was cold. It was cold. It was just like this, but cold. Make sure you got the proper gear. The second day, I had this jacket on. This jacket was a lifesaver. But yeah, I had this on. So what I did next was the skills test. We did 5 of them. It was a right turn to a U-turn, to like a diagonal to a U-turn, which was nice. That's working the friction zone a lot. Then it was, what was it? I know we did the emergency brake. We did the emergency swerve. Technically that was 4 already. And then the last thing we did was curve to straight to curve. And you're supposed to actually go to second gear to get up to like 20 or 25 miles per hour. Within the test, I struggled with doing the U-turn because I had to put my foot down, which was fine. I lost a point. But the one that I really struggled with is when I was doing the curve to straight to the curve again. What ended up happening is that when I end up doing that, I was trying to gun it to the end, so I tried to pop into second, but I think I released the clutch too fast and I went into neutral. And obviously, if you're in neutral, you can't speed up. So I quickly tried to go up to second, which I did, but then it was too late at that point. So then I dropped down to 1, and then I just went around. I slowed down and I went around the corner. So with that, the instructor did say that I had. He said he don't know what happened, but I had went a little bit too slow for that, which I know exactly what happened. I'm working on that next time. I want to really, when I get my own bike, I want to really work on shifting gears properly. But after that, we was pretty much done. One person did fail on the test. However, though, at least he made it to the end to where we did the test. And what he did, he ended up dropping the bike. So the ways to fail the test, if you either drop the bike, you stall 3 times, or you gain a certain amount of points that would disqualify you. And now the points is depending on what the thing is, and each exercise has its own points. However, though, dropping the bike automatic disqualify DQ for the test, and stalling the bike 3 times automatic DQ, because at that point you're representing how you're going to be driving on the street. Sorry if you hear that, that's my wife vacuuming out inside. But yeah, so far that's pretty much it on. No, that's not pretty much it. Sorry. But yeah. When it comes to the MSF course, I actually had a lot of fun. I wish I chilled out a little bit more and actually took my time to enjoy it, because now I gotta wait until I do my stuff on the 30th to actually rent out a bike to to ride. So I wish I would have took my time a little bit more, but hey, it happens. So yeah, the next 2 videos I'm going to be discussing will be about the helmet and the gloves. Another thing too, I would highly recommend you all to my wife is, I can hear her vacuuming and talking loud on the phone. It's hilarious. But I recommend you all take your time and stuff. Choose your gear wisely, and yeah, have fun. Sorry if you see me looking off the side. People are pulling up and stuff. But yeah. So I'm trying to think of what else. So yeah. That's all for this video. I'll be discussing more about the two stuff that I was wearing, the Built gloves and my Icon helmet. And yeah, I will see you all soon. I won't look exactly the same. I'm just gonna record the next 2 videos now. So see y'all soon. All right, peace. Have a good day. Roy's out.